Oh, my friends, book 14. Yes, book 14, Raven's Revenge. And it is a fundraiser for the Filberg Park and Lodge. What is so exciting about this book is that it was a creative, collaborative project that Leslie L. Bell and I worked on together. We started by brainstorming for 3 hours, yes, 3 hours, on Zoom. And then I took the ideas, I did up a draft, I sent it back to Leslie. Then Leslie added things, did some edits, suggestions. We worked together to have a meeting of the minds. And then I did the illustrations, and they were difficult. They were sketches, and I was having a bit of a hard time. Leslie directed me as to what she thought might look good. So after doing, I think it was 18 of the illustrations, I sent them over to Leslie, and then she looked at them and offered some more suggestions of doing another 5. Oh my goodness, 5 more. But I did them, and then I said, Leslie, take them and change them, enhance them as you see fit. Leslie then took these sketches and enhanced them digitally with her own creative abilities. Yep, using the computer, and voila, we've ended up with this particular book. Leslie did all the formatting as per the usual of late with all my books, and then we discussed changes and enhancements, etc. So I would like to read this to you. I love this story. It is so fun. It is about 2 ravens, Caw and Squawk, a male and a female. The male is Caw, Squawk is the female, and they're partners. Nate. The gray skies over eastern Vancouver Island brought a spring shower and a pair of ravens to nest in the trees edging the Filberg Park and Lodge. Caw shook the light rain off of his feathers and let out his echoing signature scream. Caw! Caw! Then he said to his nestmate, Squawk! I'm sick and tired of those spoiled eagles. The humans have protected their eyrie with a fence around their tree, and they don't even have to work hard at finding their favorite food, since the ocean is their fish pantry. But we have to eat their garbage and hunt high and low for our meals. They go from fresh salmon to the herring spawning season. They even have the nerve to lick their beaks in hopes of snatching one of our chicks. Caw took a breath and continued his croaking rant. And who'd believe these silly humans? I can understand them renovating the buildings in this park that the tourists visit, but they are fixing up the chicken coop and the rabbit hutch too, even though there aren't any chickens or rabbits. Squaw fluffed her feathers. Oh, Caw, relax. It will soon be summer, and the petting farm will be open with the goats, ponies, ducks, and pigs. No one misses the chickens and the rabbits. Glaring at his mate, Caw cackled. Caw, caw! Yeah, but if there were chickens, we could eat a couple of eggs, and I wouldn't be so bored if I could watch the rabbits play. Squawk clicked her beak and stretched her neck. Caw, I'm tired of listening to you complain. If it's bothering you so much, hey, what's that? Distracted by a sudden flash of light, remember, ravens love sparkly, shiny things, Squawk flew towards the entry gate in time to hear the click of a new padlock being snapped shut on the latch. As a human drove away in a truck, she noted a new sign. Closed until further notice. Repairs delayed due to supply chain issues. Returning to Caw, Squawk grumped. Looks like the park is closed, so it's going to be quiet around here. Enjoy the peace while you can. Maybe some meditative soaring will help you deal with your anger. Irritated, Caw twitched his head and preened a bit. Suddenly, he croaked, "I've got it! Let's recruit chickens and bunnies from the local farms." Squawk rolled her eyes, shook her head, and ruffled her feathers. "Come on, follow me." Caw snatched some herbs from the garden and soared towards the nearest farm. Squawk sighed, but spread her wings to fly after him. At the first farm, Caw and Squawk landed in front of 5 free-range chickens, a rooster, and 5 bunnies. "Poultry and rabbit friends, have we got a deal? Follow us for the perfect home and meal." The birds looked at the bunnies, and the bunnies looked at the birds. They smiled and nodded, not needing words. The ravens swooped in a flash. They were all parading to the park in a feathery, furry dash. Hopping, clucking, and cock-a-doodle-dooing. 5 hens, 1 rooster, and 5 bunnies arrived at the park. Caw and Squawk showed the animals around the spacious grounds, pointing out the abundant herb garden. The chicken and the rooster nested in the half-built coop. The bunnies made themselves home in the hutch. Surveying the new neighbors, Caw flapped his wings. "Squawk, there's still room in those buildings. Let's go find more new friends." "Can't you just relax?" "Chickens and bunnies multiply fast," said Squawk. "Come on, the more the merrier." Arriving at farm number 2, Caw's wings whipped the air as he flew in front of a pen of chickens and hutch of bunnies. Caw danced in a circle and announced, "Poultry and rabbits! Friends, have we got a deal? Follow us for the perfect home and meal." The birds looked at the bunnies, and the bunnies looked at the birds. They smiled and nodded, not needing words. The ravens swooped in a flash. They were all parading to the park in a feathery, furry dash. Hopping, clucking, cock-a-doodle-dooing. 10 hens, 1 rooster, and 10 bunnies arrived at the park and moved into the coop and the hutch. Squawk shook her head. "Caw, now this is enough. We have 15 chickens, 15 bunnies, and 2 roosters. Listen to the noise." In his glory, Caw flew among the animals. "What a party! This place has never been more exciting. Would you like me to find more of your friends?" The bunnies hopped, the chickens clucked, and the rooster cock-a-doodle-doo. "See, Squawk, they want more. Off I go." "Caw, don't be silly. That's what bunnies, chickens, and roosters do. Stop, Caw." Squawk screeched after her mate. Arriving at farm number 3, Caw swooped down to find a flock of chickens and a fluffle, yes, a fluffle, of bunnies. Caw pranced and shrilled, "Poultry and rabbit friends, have we got a deal? Follow us for the perfect home and meal." The birds looked at the bunnies, and the bunnies looked at the birds. They smiled and nodded, not needing words. The ravens swooped, and in a flash they all paraded to the park in a feathery, furry dash. Ooh, look at, there's a longer line. I wonder how many bunnies and chickens and roosters there are now. Hopping, clucking, cock-a-doodle-dooing. 15 hens, 1 rooster, and 15 rabbits joined the other chickens, roosters, and bunnies at the park. Squawk flew to a far corner of the park and buried her head under her wing. "Can you guys do that?" She moaned. "Now there's 30 chickens, 30 bunnies, and 3 roosters. This is going to be a disaster." "Don't be so gloomy," Caw glided happily in the sky, watching the tumult below. Tumult is the crazy action. This party is definitely not boring. I can't wait until the humans return. What can go wrong? A month later, the blue skies over eastern Vancouver Island brought an early summer breeze on which a pair of ravens circled high above the trees edging the Filberg Park and Lodge. Caw and Squawk watched a truck pull up to the entry gate, and they grinned at each other. Why were they grinning? Now they knew what had gone wrong. What do you think went wrong? Oh, there you go. The park got taken over by chickens, bunnies. I guess they started to reproduce more little chicks and bunnies. My goodness. Wouldn't that be funny? And then of course the roosters. Look at the roosters are fighting, because usually you only have one rooster at a farm. Sometimes you can have two, but typically they only have one. A percentage of the proceeds from this book are going to help support that beautiful, inspiring, healing park and lodge.